Hello, welcome to the Dancing Oracle with Najia. I'm going to do a reading today on post-election energy around the holidays. Something just doesn't feel how I expect it to feel, so I want to know what the energy is going to be like around that time, from Thanksgiving through Christmas, because something feels off and I'm not sure what it is. The energy is very different than I expect it to be. I'm just going to cleanse the cards. If you're new to the channel, you may not realize that I'm clearing the cards' energy with sage. And just to clear it from the last reading, clear myself as well. So if you're new to the channel, I do take requests for videos from the members. I used to have a video request video, and very few people would follow that guideline to just put all the requests in one video. Everyone wants to put them in the comments. I have a hard time keeping track of all the comments, but if you are a member, which is different than a subscriber, subscribers are free, members are like $1.99 a month. You'll get a special emoji badge. And I know that you're a regular return viewer to this particular channel, because it is difficult to take a request for a video and then realize no one's coming back to look at it. So only half the people came back to look at the videos they actually requested, because this, it takes time. I want to make sure it's used wisely for people that really want it. And I will read every single comment. I try to answer as many as I can. My hands, I have some hand injuries, so please, it's nothing personal if I don't answer your comment. I read them. I put a little heart emoji with my channel picture next to the comment. But I only really answer if my hands are feeling okay. So if my hands aren't feeling okay and they're not working, all I can do is push a heart emoji and I can't type. It's nothing personal, nothing wrong with your comment. I really appreciate your comments. You're so lovely. You're so kind. And some of you, I will make sure that I answer the super thanks and the members when you sign up. I do have a special place I can find you and look for you and give you a special thanks at some point when my hands are able to type. So I really, really appreciate your thoughtfulness, your kindness in supporting this channel and my readings. So anyway, I'm going to tune in to the energy going forward for the next let me see, month and a half. And what is that energy surrounding post-election? It definitely doesn't feel like a normal election, but we didn't expect that. But what it doesn't feel like I expect it to be, and I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one sensing the energy doesn't match what's going on. And here I am. Let's see what the cards say, because that was a short shuffle. Let's see, got a very short shuffle, but the energy is saying to stop shuffle. So these are all facing me. If you're new to the channel, I'm reading them facing me, okay? So the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, the Hierophant. Wow, institutions. Yeah, we expect the conflicts. Yep. Subconscious with the White House, with the celebration, judgment, with unbiased judgment with the Queen of Swords. Development. Wow. So there's some compassion is building. We had this card come out twice in the previous reading for the post-election. We also had this card come. Yeah. Anyway. Frustration. We also had a different form of delays coming out. Wow. Painful endings. Well, wow. So we have some walking away. I mean, I just want to show you what's at the bottom of the deck because this is what's going on. I'm planning. And yeah, interesting. All right. So you can see the cards that represent what's going on now. All right. I'll hold these up individually and talk about them. What's happening with the Ace of Pentacles? Pentacles is money, power, also health, right? It's showing a lost opportunity, and there's a bad investment, a lack of planning and foresight, missed chances. It was supposed to be a time of a beautiful new beginning, if it were upright, a beautiful new beginning with a new candidate, of course, that would bring prosperity. But it's showing that there's a realization that it's a bad investment. There's a lost opportunity, a missed chance, right? Because that makes sense because I believe we have the least amount, the least amount of unemployment in 25 years. It's a record-setting unemployment right now. And the economy has been building, even though the prices are higher due to the strikes at the ports, with all the shipments coming in and the war and other reasons and the post-pandemic. But actually, a lot of people have jobs and the economy is good. So I can see that, it was going in a great direction. And now we have that lost opportunity with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And what's blocking it is the institution, like the power structures are blocking that opportunity. And we all have a different opinion about that. And I do respect everyone's choice. I'm glad you got out and voted and you expressed, because that is what our country is about, and freedom. In the conscious thoughts is, I guess, what's going to happen with the Five of Wands in reverse. We've had a lot of Five of Wands upright energy going on for quite a while, but in the reverse position over the holiday period, people are going to agree to disagree. I know some people are not getting together over this, over the holidays, but there is going to be a change coming up where people are just going to let go of so much of those battles. There will be many people consciously saying, you know what, in the spirit of the holiday, I'm going to agree to disagree. And in the subconscious, they're going to focus on the foundation, the home foundation, and the celebrating. The people will be celebrating over the holiday, even though the last week the last week and a half has been really difficult. I hear a lot of people aren't talking, but there will be a gathering of celebration between the holiday time, the various holidays that are happening between Thanksgiving and Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa. I'm not sure if and Yule as well. So in the recent past, there's a lot of judgment going on, and unbiased judgment, independent thinking, people having clear boundaries, and there's a certain coldness in regard to people's thoughts and words. There has been a lot of direct communication, people speaking their truth to each other, even if their truths differ. There has been that going on in the recent past. And this is interesting. The next card in the near future. We've got the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So this is when you don't know quite what to work on, and it's lost what you've been working on and slaving over has lost a certain amount of its charm on the outer work, and you're going to go more towards self-development. For some people, it will turn inward and develop themselves, because you say, well, I can't work on what I wanted to work on. It's lost its substance, with the earthy substance of the pentacles. And some people might take this reverse position and go into, extreme perfectionism and overwork, like take it to the other extreme. But there will be like a misdirected activity and a lack of motivation, a lack of passion, a lack of inspiration in the near future. So that would probably be more toward December. During the holidays, I'm very surprised. There will be a lot of compassion and nurturing energy for a lot of people in our country. So, because it is right below the card that represents giving up the fight and agreeing to disagree. So it looks like a lot of people, as they get over their sorrow and disappointment, anger, and some people are, even though they're on the side that they should be happy that their choice won, they're kind of like rubbing people's nose in it. It's kind of weird. I'm seeing a lot of weird Facebook posts and social media posts that I don't quite understand. It's been kind of nasty, but I'm seeing that it's going to go in a better direction for the holiday. And then what I totally expect in the environment during this holiday time is the Seven of Cups in reverse, full of illusion and delusion. And some people will actually be giving up their illusions and delusions. They'll actually, some of them will get more aligned to their personal values, and other people, when it's in, in the reverse position, can really get caught up in the fantasy. When it's upright, it shows, there's a certain amount of all the glitters isn't gold, and you have a lot of choices. But when something is in reverse, it takes something in another direction that is a bit off. Like you don't really have the choices you think you have. There's a blockage to them, and you are caught up in fantasy and confusion. But other people, because it's blocked, the choices will be blocked, will then drop the fantasy and go into aligning with their personal values. So it can go, you'll have two kinds of people basically in the environment at that time. Hopes and fears is the Knight of Wands in reverse. That's a lot of, I guess there's a lot of fear of scattered energy, with the Knight, and frustration, delays, because when the Knight of Wands is upright, that knight can save the day. That knight has a lot of inspiration in the upright position, super creative, will come to your rescue, full of passion, has the salamander as his garment, can walk through fire unscathed. But in the reverse position, that energy is impotent and scattered. There's all this raw energy, but it's unfocused. And there seems to be a definite unfocused, scattered energy looming, for sure. In the long-term future, we have every chakra pierced, every chakra and more pierced. We're coming to an end of a cycle. It's painful endings, deep wounds. I think we're already feeling this, a lot of people, right? But by that time, we're getting closer to January, and it's just showing a collapse, a failure, feeling betrayed, feeling the wounds. Then the swords also are an air element, the voice, the intellect, all of that. There's talking heads on the news, all the chitter chatter, all the people fighting with words and piercing each other to the core. And some people are just going to say, I'm done with this. I'm done with this. And kind of, let me just put these cards away and go to the cards that were at the bottom of the deck that give us a lot of information right now. I've seen this card come up a lot for other readers. We see a lot of disappointment, walking away, lining up the love, and seeking higher ground, lining up the cups of love, and just quietly, peacefully, in the dim of the night, walking away and taking that stance of getting a little bit of a higher perspective, but getting away from what has caused pain. And they're going to a place of empowerment because it's a number 8. So having to retreat and leaving things nice, they're not spilt, they're leaving them nice for some, they're not upsetting, they're keeping things peaceful, and just retreating in a way that says, I need to move on. I need to move on. I don't want to fight. We have a lot of focus on wealth and money right now with the King of Pentacles. There's a lot of people hoping that what's going on right now is going to bring wealth. But we have also, again, this is similar to this card, by the way, very similar in meaning. One deals with the heart and empowerment. The other deals with moving away from painful words, abuse, cutting energy, and taking personal responsibility with the number 6, and moving away from the troubled waters to safer ground, to calmer waters. I don't know if you can see, there's the troubled waters, right? And this person is getting safe passage to the calmer side. So that's what is happening now in regard. And there was a lot of planning going on across the world, across overseas, looking at the world and making a choice. Of course, the world is involved. And there's a lot of duality going on with the number 2. We have currently, because this is current energy, we have a new start that involves a lot of brutality with the Ace of Swords in reverse. There's a lot of chaos currently. There's rethinking, a lot of rethinking. There's a lot of clouded judgment. I know people are confused right now. They're rethinking, did this really happen? Was there something going on with the machines? Was there something going on, of course, with the sword power, with social media, Twitter, now X, being manipulated for quite some time as a propaganda? Same thing with Facebook, I've been hearing. And there's a lot of, God, this card is very similar in meaning. Let me just show you the other two that we already talked about. These cards share a lot of similarity in meaning, but with a different emphasis. When the 5 of Swords is in reverse, it's coming to a place of, you're going through a change with the number 5. 5s are hard. They're conflict cards. They're like rub you, like you feel it. You feel like, oh God, I got to go through this change. But when it's in reverse, instead of focusing on the grief, you're coming to a place of acceptance. You want to move on. And you realize you have personal setbacks, but you're trying to find forgiveness. Okay? You're trying to make peace. We have the Empress. This is the symbol for Russia. So we have a lot of going on now with Russian influence in our country, and we have heartbreak over that. We have heartbreak over that because a third party has come in and pierced the heart when there should only, it feels like a loss, separation, divorce. So it has that energy because this third party has come in between the people and the leader. Okay? We have someone trying to stake their claim and hold their boundaries still, just keep the fight up, and they're very vigilant because there are people trying now to, have courage, to have a persistence, even though they're feeling like their faith is being tested, and they're trying to, they're actually preparing for the worst because they feel that change coming on. And with the Ace of Cups, it's this new beginning has a lot of grief, a lot of love lost. it's repressed, like there's a lot of repressed emotions going on now. Um, there's a lot of emptiness. There's a lot of emotional loss because people were hoping for it to be upright. So I know that there's a lot of people on both sides experiencing this lack of love and inspiration because the most Googled sentence this week, after seeing what is happening now and what's about to happen in January, and seeing the reality take place, is the most Googled sentence is, how do I change my vote? So there's a lot of Republicans that are having regrets and wishing to change their vote because they thought they were voting for peace. They thought that there was going to be peace in Ukraine, that we were going to, because he promised to end it with a phone call to Putin in 24 hours, and Putin said, I've not had that phone call. He had a representative go on his state TV and say, I never had that phone call with him, you know, president-elect. And then the next day, he sent 50,000 more troops to Ukraine and a lot more weapons. He stepped up the violence. And as far as Palestine, a lot of people, young people particularly, were voting because they felt that the current administration couldn't resolve that war, even though there was a peace treaty made, but Israel did violate it. And now the main three people put in place are all about bulldozing Palestine and kicking everyone out of Palestine, even though their families have been there for thousands of years. So they're not stopping the war. They're going to ramp it up. And people thought they were fighting for human rights and peace. And a lot of people realize human rights are being taken away. And they're having a lot of regrets and trying to, find a way to deal with that. And I think that even though people were very divided, I think at the holiday time there will be some people just focusing on family, as we saw with the celebration card in the energy, and a lot of walking away from the conflict. We saw, even though everything underneath the celebration card was full of delusion and illusion, people decide in the environment, this is going on. But in the subconscious, family comes first. And we want to have a celebration. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it gives you some comfort that, yes, maybe things can work out over the holidays, even if you differ a lot. And the one thing that we are in agreement, I think most people want peace. Most people want to have that time with family and get close and celebrate the holidays and just sit and eat good food together and give gratitude that we can sit together and have food together, that we actually have food at our table, even though it may be more expensive. We can sit with family. We are not separated. We just have to learn to agree to disagree for this time and focus on what we do agree on and what the love that we have in our hearts for each other. All right, give it a like if you can, and subscribe for free. And if you want to become a member, you get a little special emoji. You can request special readings with me and which celebrity you'd like me to read on and their love life and this and that. We could forget our troubles and do that. And I'm doing a lot of really cool psychic development readings. So I hope you watch those as well. And thank you for coming. Bye.